Good morning. It is day 1 in Mexico. Behind me is San Miguel. I'm on my mom's roof, I guess. I'm with my niece and my... What is this, like a porch? I guess it's a porch. I'm with my niece and nephew right here. Do you guys want to say hello? What's your names?
Asher.
Asher? Spider-Man. And what's your name?
Harper.
Harper? Are you guys having fun here?
Uh-huh.
Cece?
Sissy.
Oh, Sissy.
Good.
He calls you Sissy? That's cute.
Sometimes he calls me Barper.
Barper? So me and my nephew just switched hats. I'm in the Thomas the Train Engine hat and he has mine. Pretty cool, right? I think we look good. And Harper has a very cool hat too.
We got it at the market.
Beautiful hats. All right, off to the pyramids. Alright, so we just got to the location of the pyramids. We have to take a bus there. The bus is going to come in about a half an hour. But there's an amazing view right here I'm going to try to get some shots of. There's a lake to my right, and then behind us up there, I believe, is the pyramids.
L'avion file à pleine gomme. Bientôt il atteint Rome. Ici c'est comme partout.
I gotta tell you guys, the internet is very spotty at my mom's house. Last night there was a thunderstorm, really crazy thunderstorm. It was really beautiful though, but it cut out the internet, so I couldn't upload yesterday. I'm sorry. This is probably going to be like this for the majority of my time down here. So if the daily upload things happen the next day, I think that's how it's gonna be. But anyway, just here now, gonna go check out the pyramids. Just wanted to check in with you guys.
They're dead with them at all times, because they were constantly seeking guidance from the deceased and honoring them. So they kept them right beneath the floor of the room where they lived. They believed the dead had a unique perspective and influence over the living, and were constantly consulted for guidance. You notice the big statue of Jesus on the mountain near the airport? That's the geographical center of Mexico. We're in the very center. To the north, arid America, true desert. From here south, enough rainfall to bring about agriculture and the rise of advanced civilization. It has been unaltered for hundreds of years. It's now off limits to human activity. But I was lucky. It was now protected by the federal government. But I was lucky because in 2004, I was invited to go on a survey down into the canyon. We discovered raised walkways along the edges, foundations for living quarters, grinding stones for grinding corn. So we know they were living down there, and up here on top is where they planted their crops. If you make tea out of that leaf, it cleans out the kidneys and the liver and helps to cure ulcers. But if I had to narrow it down to just one plant and call it the most important plant out here, it would have to be the nopal cactus. Part of the Opuntia family, of which there are 80 different species, 7 of which grow in this area. I call it the most important for several reasons. It's highly nutritious, great against high blood pressure, diabetes, lowers cholesterol, other medicinal properties as well. The fruit, which is just starting to come out this time of year, is called the tuna, also edible. They call it a prickly pear in the U.S. And the juice from the cactus is really slimy. It's like aloe in texture, mixed with native pigments to make paints and adhesive, and mixed with mud, sand, and lime, the mineral lime, and then heated to create the mortar that was used to build these monuments.
We're walking to the pyramid now. It's about a 3-kilometer walk. This is absolutely beautiful area here. It's a lot of really cool stuff that the tour guide's telling us about. I'll fill you guys in about it later. Walking up this hill now. So right there is the pyramid. It's pretty incredible.
Fragments of human bone unrelated to each other were found scattered about the patio floor, as well as the floors of Complex A and Complex B. into what some people interpret as the shape of a corn cob, hair tied into a tassel at the top, just like the corn tassel coming from the top of a corn cob. So they were emulating what they ate and what they worshipped, the god of corn. Sometimes the heads were flat on top and bulging on the sides like the shape of a bean. So back then you really were what you ate. The Maya had much more intricate and elaborate forms of art and architecture, a calendar system that went above and beyond what Central Mexicans used, and they even took well, they're the only people in this hemisphere with a concept of zero before the European arrival, and they also took cranial deformation to an extreme. The elite Maya elongated their skulls so much that some of them died from fracturing that occurred at the top where the bone became too thin, or from hemorrhaging that occurred. But some people theorize that the cranial deformation may be one of the ways they tapped into different regions of their brains, making that high level of intelligence possible. But we've never taken a baby in modern times and molded its head into a different shape to test that theory. About 8 years old, and they named her the little girl of the rain, La Niña de la Lluvia. They named her that for 3 reasons. She was placed right next to the running water. She had a jadeite butterfly on her chest, a stone that represents water and eternal life. And it was the middle of the dry season, in the middle of January, when it never rains. And as soon as they started digging into her burial, the clouds moved in and it rained for 3 days, delaying their excavation for almost a month. Bouncing off the staircase, some people equate that to the sound of a quetzal bird chirping. That could be witnessed at many sites throughout Mesoamerica.
Sonnerie de téléphone. L'aéroport résonne.
That is what remains of a plant fiber bundle he was wrapped in. It's called a sacred bundle. And the reason it's so important is because he was placed in the floor of this temple around 700 AD, but he had already been dead for over 1,000 years. He was wrapped in that bundle like a relic, worshipped, honored, adored, and protected, possibly even carried on a long migration before he was finally planted like a seed into the sacred mountain which is the pyramid itself. Just like the sun and moon set into the pyramid like seeds being planted when viewed from the patio floor, he may have been considered the god of the sun incarnated. When they got the carbon-14 dates back from the burial, they didn't believe the results. They thought they had contaminated the sample, so they sent one to New York, one to London, and one to Mexico City. All 3 labs confirmed he had been dead as early as 770 BC. And that's all the way back into the pre-classic period when the Olmec, or the mother culture, were still the main power. It turns out the young warrior, the female warrior, on the southern platform had been dead over 400 years before her burial, possibly dressed as a warrior because she was his direct descendant. He may have been one of the founders of the dynasty. These on the southern platform may have been his descendants overthrown after an internal revolt.
Okay, if anything looks different now, it's because I'm using my mom's camera. She has a Canon that's like way better quality than mine, so I don't know what it's gonna look like. But anyway, we just went to the top of the pyramid. It's weird saying that, but yeah, we went to the top of the pyramid. Really incredible stuff that the tour guide's saying. So much crazy history, so much amazing, intelligent stuff that happened here, and it's really kind of unique to be here experiencing it firsthand. Not too many people on this tour at all. This is a very limited site. Not many people can come here. I feel very honored to be here. Right in front of me is this really interesting, he told us about it earlier, but I didn't film it. It's a cactus tree. Check it out. Pretty cool. Can you say hi, Asher?
Hi.
Alright everybody, I'm going to end this today. So the whole thing with this vlogging, it's going to be a little weird the next few days. The internet cuts in and out, it's crazy. But as you saw today, we got to see that pyramid, it's amazing. I'm going to go more in depth with that probably tomorrow. Oh hi, this is my niece Harper. Do you want to say anything? And this is Asher. Can you say hi?
Hi.
So anyway, I'm going to probably end this here. Thank you again so much for watching, following on this Mexican journey. There's going to be more video as this goes on. There's going to be a few days where it's just me here by myself, so I'm going to really dive more into like all that down there. But for now, I'm just catching up with family, doing family time stuff, hanging out with Asher, hanging out with Harper. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the pyramids today. Very cool stuff. These aren't uploaded right. It's because the internet's out. I'm sorry. I'm going to work as hard as I can to make that happen. But anyway, guys, have a great night wherever you are. See you tomorrow.